everyone. So today we're going to talk about paint colors, specifically the color white and specifically Behr Paint. So for those of you who don't know me very well, I'm an interior designer who has been designing homes for over 25 years. So needless to say, I've picked out a few paint colors. Typically, I've worked with Benjamin Moore and Sherwin-Williams. But recently, I've had the opportunity to work with Home Depot a few times, and we have painted with Behr Paint. And let me tell you that I have fallen in love with this paint. It is so wonderful. It is a good quality paint, and the color choices are great. So I want to talk about Behr Paint some and really just introduce you to the colors that they have. I want to also introduce you to how to pick color, what to look for, what are light reflective value, what are those color codes, and how that can help you pick a color for your home. So let's get started, and we will look at the top 10 colors based off of my research that Behr Paint is selling a lot of. Okay, so first we're going to talk about Ultra Pure White. So why did I pick Ultra Pure White as the #1 color? That color is used the most on trim, doors, walls, but mostly on trim and doors. So every house has trim and doors, a baseboard somewhere. And almost always contractors lend to doing white. Ultra Pure White is the perfect color for that. So I have an example in my bedroom. So let's go to my bedroom and check it out. Okay, so in this bedroom, we have Behr Paint Ultra Pure White, but it is not on the shiplap wall. It's on the other walls in this room. So not only did I paint that color on the wall, but I painted the trim and the doors the same color. This was probably the easiest paint project I've ever done because I didn't really have to do much cutting in. So Ultra Pure White is a perfect color for trim. It's beautiful on furniture. It's beautiful on walls. You can pretty much use it on anything. Okay, so as you can see, Ultra Pure White is a great color. Its light reflective value is way up to 94. So the top you can get is 100. So it's up at 94, which means that light really bounces off of it. And that is good for a small room. A small room where lots of light can bounce can really make it feel brighter, make the room feel larger. And if you're wanting a room that feels bright and sunshiny, you want a high reflective value. So also the red, green, and blue in this white are very almost identical. And when you see 3 numbers that are close together, so this one is 248, 248, and 243. So because these numbers are almost perfectly equal, that means it is almost colorless. And that's a great thing too, because if you're wanting to put a beige with your white trim will have a nice contrast and not pick up those beige colors. So now let's look at blank canvas in my home because I use that color in my butler's pantry. Years ago, I converted this closet into a pantry. It was a craft space on the bottom and a pantry on the top. And so when Home Depot and I talked about collaborating, I came up with the idea to do this pantry. So the white color I want to show you in here is this color on the wall. And this is blank canvas. And blank canvas is probably my new favorite color. It is warm, it has a slight creamy feel to it, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. And the cool thing is this color this year is Behr's color of the year. So their color of the year 2023 is blank canvas. So definitely check this one out if you want a nice warm white color. So isn't blank canvas amazing? This color has a light reflective value of 84. So not as high as 90. So I think, personally, I think anything above 90 is pretty bright. Anything below 90 starts to feel calmer. So blank canvas is one of those calmer colors. So where is it heavy? Is it heavy in red, green, or blue? So according to my notes, I'm looking at notes over here. So according to my notes, it's heavy on red, and then next green, and then blue last. So it's gonna be a warmer tone. So that's why it has that creamy look to it. So consider blank canvas as one of your colors if you're wanting something creamier, slight creamy, not overwhelming, slight creamy. Great color. I love it. It's a great color. So now let's look at Swiss coffee, and I have something to tell you about it. Okay, so Swiss coffee, I was told by a marketing person with Behr Paint years ago, was their #1 top seller at the time. So that tells you something about this color. If it's on their #1 list, then that means people love it, people are reusing it, contractors are reusing it. It's probably a great color to consider for your home. So the light reflective value on it is 84, so it's just like blank canvas. As far as the red, green, and blue, it's high in red, then green, and then blue. So just like blank canvas, it has a warm undertone, and it's a nice creamy color. Okay, next on the list is Spun Cotton. I did want to include it in the list because in my research, not only was Behr saying it was one of their top colors, but I was also finding it on other designers' websites. So I wanted to talk about it. So Spun Cotton has a light reflective value of 89. So it's up there. It's in that white range. But here is where I found it interesting. It's high on red, high on green, and pretty low on blue. So it is going to be even warmer, and here's an example of the color, but it's going to be even warmer than the other colors. So next is Sleek White, like 92. It's 92. And Sleek White is real heavy on red, more than green, and much lower on blue. So you can only imagine that it almost has a yellow look to it. So if you want that kind of warm glow to your white, and you want it to really reflect and have that sunshiny, this is a beautiful color for that. So let's go to the next color, and the next is Whisper White. So Whisper White has a little bit lower LRV, but it has a high red, a high green, and a little bit lower blue. But when I look at it, I really think I'm seeing a little bit of green underneath it. So I would look at that one carefully if you are considering Whisper White. Put it right next to a white, put it right next to Ultra White. Because if you put a white that has more color to a white color, like Ultra Pure White, it'll help you see what that color is doing. So definitely check that out. So next on the list is Cameo White. Okay, Cameo White has a light reflective value of 81. So it is going to have a much more calm appearance on your walls and in your room. Light will not be bouncing off of it as strongly, so it'll definitely have a calmer look. So it also, to me, to my eye, it has a, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's very balanced in color. So it's not reading too yellow, it's not reading too green, it's not reading too blue. It just seems to be, in fact, see my clock behind me right here? It kind of looks like that. Check this one out. If you're looking for a nice neutral white base, this is a great color. And up against white, I bet it's gonna be really pretty. So Ultra Pure White and Cameo White would be pretty colors together. Okay, so the next one is Painter's White, and I picked this one because it's below the 80 range. It's 76, and it is like Cameo White. It's definitely just a nice neutral white. And one thing I liked about it was it has a LRV of 76, and then it's red, green, and blue. The red and the green were very similar, 229 and 226. The blue was a little bit lower. But when you look at the color has a nice neutral kind of putty look to it. So paired with Ultra Pure White with your trim, this would be a great color that matches just about everything. Next on the list is Polar Bear. And Polar Bear has a higher LRV of 90, so a lot of light reflective value on it. But to me, this color, even though I'm looking at the numbers on it, to me, this color, it has a warm undertone. So it's high on the red, high on the green, low on the blue. So it definitely has a warm undertone, but not so much that it screams cream to me. So this is a nice color to try. I would look at it for walls. I would look at it for furniture. I probably wouldn't put it on trim, but I definitely would try it on those other things. Okay, so next on the list is white. Just plain old pure white. This is a great color. It has a light reflective value of 83. It is pretty even. It's 235 red, 235 green, and 230 blue. So see, it's like almost even all the way across. So this color is just a great white color. And if you don't want a lot of reflective value on your trim or your furniture, but you want a white, doesn't read any color, this is your color. Okay, so second to the last is Frost. And Frost has a light reflective value of 87. And it's unlike all the others because it's higher on green, then red, then blue. But when I look at the picture, it's definitely a cool undertone. It kind of makes me think of like the Arctic snow. It has a cool undertone color. This would be a great color for anything, but if you love cool colors, if you love grays and all that, this might be the color you would like to go on your trim. Again, it's not gonna bounce off. So if you want your trim to be a high gloss, high reflective, this would not be it. But if you want your trim to be a more farmhouse matte look, this might be your color. Okay, so can you believe we're down to the last one, and that is Silky White. Silky White has a LRV of 83, so it's not up there, and it is high on red, high on green, and low on blue. This color is a beautiful color. It has a warm feeling to it, and I think it would be a great color to put with a white, like Ultra Pure White. So you could use this on your wall and Ultra Pure White on your trim, or you can do like in my guest bedroom and paint the walls and the trim the same color. Now, generally what I like to recommend is when you are picking paint for your whole house, I like to recommend to pick out the same trim color through your whole house. I hope that has answered your questions about Behr Paint. If you're looking for a Behr Paint color, this is a great place to start. If you have a white Behr Paint color that you love in your home, that you've used on your trim, that you used on your exterior, on your interior, wall, ceiling, anywhere, I would love for you to share with us that color in the comments and what room you used it in, because we would love to know. We'd love to learn from each other. It's a great way to learn from each other. So please share in the comments if you have ever used a Behr Paint color. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comments and I will answer them to the best of my ability, or somebody else may know the answer and they may answer it too. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you soon, and we'll be talking about another paint color soon. Have a good day. Bye.